Hi, welcome to video number 3. Today we're going to be talking about what we're supposed to be focusing our attention on. And it's spelled out very clearly in Philippians 4:8, chapter 4, verse 8. And it's applicable not only to Christians, but to everybody. The world will be a much better place if we take the advice of Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Philippians 4:8 instructs believers and others, if they're at all interested, to intentionally focus their minds and hearts on positive, virtuous, and godly things. True, honorable, right, pure, lovely, admirable, excellent, and praiseworthy things. This meditative practice serves to align thoughts with God's character, combating negativity and cultivating divine peace. And again, this is applicable to everybody, whether I believe in Jesus or not, whether whatever my beliefs are, it doesn't matter. Philippians 4:8 is wise counsel. True and honorable, focusing on reality and God's truth rather than lies or negativity. Right and pure, aligning thoughts with God's word and moral cleanliness. Lovely and admirable, focusing on things that bring peace, are beautiful, and worthy of respect. Excellent and worthy of praise, contemplating things that are of high quality and reflect virtue. This verse is often used as a guide for Christian mindfulness, encouraging believers to control their thought lives rather than allowing anxious or negative thoughts to dominate. It's not only applicable to Christians. So I said to AI, please break this down as a 175 IQ, world-renowned biblical expert and mathematician, please. To analyze Philippians 4:8 through the dual lens of advanced theology and mathematical logic, we must view the text not just as a poem, but as a stochastic filtering algorithm for the human soul. The mathematical framework, the thought filter. In mathematics, specifically in signal processing, we use filters to remove noise and retain signal. Paul is describing an optimal estimator. The input, the whatever, the raw data of the world, chaotic, unfiltered, and often entropic. The logic gate, a series of 8 logical constraints, predicates. The operator, logogismai, Greek for calculate or reckon. This is a mathematical term for the deliberate imputation of value. The 8-point constraint set. Think of these as parameters in a multidimensional vector space. If a thought does not satisfy these constraints, it is rejected by the system. Truth, the constant. Does the thought align with the ultimate reality of God? Honor, the magnitude. Is it weighed with dignity or is it trivial? Right, the alignment. Does it conform to the divine standard, orthodoxy? 4. Pure. The frequency. Is the signal free from static of sin? Sin is rebellion against God. Lovely. The harmony. Does it promote peace or discord? Admirable. The reputation. Does the data set have a positive trajectory? Excellence. The peak performance. Is this the best possible version? And 8, the resultant. Does the calculation lead to worship? The biblical expert's exegesis. From a high-level theological perspective, this is sanctified cognitive behavioral therapy. The imperative of logismai. The command, think on these things, is the Greek logiseth. In ancient world, this was the word for bookkeeping. Paul is telling you to audit your mental ledger. Implementation versus observation. You aren't just looking at these things, you are implanting them. In biological terms, this is neuroplasticity. You are literally rewiring the neural pathways to favor God frequency signals. The guardrail of peace. This verse follows verse 7, which promises the peace of God. Mathematically, verse 8 is the function you must run to maintain the state of peace described in verse 7. And finally, the integrated conclusion. If we treat our minds as a probability of space, the whatever represents every possible outcome. By applying the Philippians 4:8 filter, we reduce the probability of anxiety and we maximize the probability of peace. You are being instructed to curate a mental environment where only excellence and praise are allowed to occupy bandwidth. Now, I know that was a lot. I can tell you that I've found, in my experience, that focusing on the negative only produces pain. I wish I'd focused on the positive throughout my lifetime. I may not have the same amount of wrinkles as I do right now. And the aging is probably a little premature too, as a result of worry. A lot of things that never happened that I was always worried about. It's not profitable to focus on the negative, on what somebody is doing wrong, what the government is doing wrong. It's much more profitable to focus on Jesus. For those of you who don't believe, I highly recommend that you give him a try. But even if you're not focused on Jesus, just focusing on positive things is always going to be more of a benefit than a negative. And you'll hear all sorts of positive attitude gurus that'll tell you the same thing. Anyway, I'm not here to preach. I'm not your arbiter of your behavior or your thought processes. I'm just here presenting what I sensed was what the Lord wanted me to present today under spiritual guidance from counsel. That's it, period. Anyway, thank you for being with me today. As always, may the good Lord bless you with a realization of his ever-present presence. And I've gone over it many times, so I won't go over it again. And may he bless you with a deep, deep realization, no matter who you are, of how much he dearly loves you. And he wants to be in right relationship with you. But as I said, I believe the other day, it's only on his terms. He's the creator and I'm the created. I don't get to make the rules. Anyway, God bless you.